Okay, guys, this is very spontaneous live video, but we got something really cool that I want to show you that's absolutely been crushing it the past couple weeks. A brand new Facebook ad strategy that anyone can do. Literally, you can have the smallest budget on planet Earth and still be successful with this advertising strategy as long as you have ClickFunnels and you know how to build a semi-decent funnel. It doesn't even have to be a good funnel. So I want to show you guys this Facebook ad strategy that brought in about 6 figures in the past week on our brand new Black Friday store, and it's really cool. You guys are going to absolutely love this. If you're watching this on the replay or watching it live right now, let me see if I can turn the screen. I'm going to turn the screen real quick, and I'm going to show you guys what exactly this strategy is on this whiteboard. So I hope you can see me. Let me make sure that this looks good real quick. All right. So All right. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure that this all looks good. All right, so here's how it works. Here's how it works. First thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you're setting up your ads correctly. And what I mean by this is your campaigns. So each campaign has a different objective. So you want to make sure that you're running the right objective at first. Now, if most of you, and I'm guessing if you're watching this video and if you're in this group, you probably don't have a huge brand name and you're probably not a huge industry leading brand like, Nike or Adidas or Organifi or something like that in your niche. So that means that people don't know you. People don't like, trust, and respect you. Like, they don't have that connection with you. So there needs to be tons of social proof. Your priority number one when it comes to paid advertising is social proof. We'll just write SP up here. Social proof is priority number one. If you can get social proof, you can get sales. Even if you have a horrible offer and a horrible pitch, you can still get sales. So how do you get social proof? Well, first thing you need to do with your Facebook ads is instead of trying to get sales right off the bat, try to get social proof. And how do you do this? You do this with engagement ads. When you run, if you start a campaign, an engagement campaign for one ad, right? So let's say we have an engagement ad, and what we do is we get people to like and share and comment, and we get people to engage with our posts. What's going to happen is you're going to get, it's very cheap. So we set up an engagement ad. Let's say that this is our post, right? We can spend like $5 a day on that, and what we'll do is we'll end up getting a lot of clicks. So let's say that this is our landing page. So you're probably not going to get very many sales off of this engagement ad, right? But what's going to happen is it's going to get you lots of traffic. What's going to happen is it's going to get you a lot of traffic. So let's say we spend $5 a day on this, but you get 100 clicks a day or something like that. You're going to get a lot of traffic. Now what's going to happen is you're probably about, let's say you spend $10 a day on this ad, you're probably going to make about 1,000 or 1,200 or 1,500 impressions a day. And now out of those impressions, you might get 100 clicks. Now, what does that do? That weeds out the people who are interested and aren't interested. So now what we can do is we know that the people who clicked on this ad, this video, are much more interested than obviously the people who didn't click. Now, we also know if this is a video ad, the people who watched 90% of the video or 80% of the video or even 60% of the video are much more interested than people who only watch 10% of the video. So what we can do is immediately start running, conversion. We'll say it's going to be a conversion campaign, but I'll put in parentheses here. Retarget. So what we want to do is run a retargeting conversion campaign to that same post. So what's going to happen is this engagement post is going to keep getting you tons of traffic that probably isn't going to purchase, but what it's going to do is it's going to get you tons and tons of likes, comments, and shares, which is generating this social proof. It's going to get views, likes, comments, shares. It's going to generate that social proof and get you tons of traffic. Then if you have your Facebook pixel installed properly on your sales page or on your opt-in page and you start getting email addresses, what you can do is you can take that pixel information, give it back to Facebook and say, I want to retarget everyone who has seen this page in the past 30 days or whatever it is, right? And retargeting ads, the magical thing about retargeting ads is your budget all depends on the result. So, for example, if you're only getting 100 clicks per day, that means you can only retarget 100 people. In the past week, if you've only had, let's say 500 people on this landing page, you only have 500 people to retarget. So even if your budget is $200, even if your budget is $200 on this conversion campaign, they're probably only going to spend about $5 or $6 or $7 of that if you're not getting much traffic. And the people who see this ad have seen and heard of you before and already see the social proof, they're much, much, much more likely to purchase your product. Now, what this does is it's a very, very, very simple, straightforward way to start running ads if you're a complete beginner at Facebook advertising and you want fast results, you want guaranteed results, right? So this is guaranteed you're going to get sales if you do this. Step number 1, set up an engagement ad campaign. Your objective is engagement. You put up an ad video and you want people to like, comment, and share in the video. So you say like, comment, and share, tag friends, whatever, right? And you set up an engagement ad. As you start getting clicks over to your landing page or your sales page, you don't expect sales yet, but as you start getting clicks and start collecting data from this engagement ad, you take that pixel data, you give it back to Facebook, then you set up a retargeting conversion campaign. You want to set up a pay-per-conversion, pay-per-sale campaign on a brand new campaign on Facebook, and you want to retarget everyone who has visited this page and retarget everyone who has viewed most of this video, right? Does that make sense? And then what will happen is the more data you collect, the more narrow you can make it. So then you can set this up. I would set this at about $100 a day, the conversion campaign. Like I said, Facebook can only spend the amount of people that see it. So if you only get 80 or 90 or 100 people to see it per day, they're only going to spend probably $5 a day. But if you get 1,000 people to see it per day, they'll probably spend more like $25 or $30 per day. But you're going to have good ROIs. Everyone who is good at Facebook ads knows that you get the highest return on investment on retargeting ad campaigns. So this is exactly how you want to structure this. And as you get more data, the more narrow you can make this. So what we can do is instead of, in the future, once you get to 100 sales, instead of just 100 page views, you can take those 100 sales, you can bring them back to Facebook and you can say, hey Facebook, now what I want to do is I want you to create a lookalike audience of people who have purchased this product, or I want to create a lookalike audience of people who have viewed this sales page. And then what you can do is you can start running this engagement ad to cold audiences, or you can run conversion ads to cold audiences that are lookalike audiences. But with ad spends going higher and higher and higher, it is very, very unlikely that you're going to be profitable just targeting interests and demographics. It's very unlikely. unless you have a massive ad budget and are okay with going negative a lot to find an ad that magically goes positive and makes you tons of money, then you can't do the traditional method of Facebook advertising, which means we need to start thinking outside the box. Now, the best way to do that is, like I said, retargeting ad campaigns and social proof. So social proof comes in one of two ways. It's posts like this can create social proof. People trust you when they see that 10,000 people like this, or 20,000 views, or 100,000 views, or your friends tagged you in it. That's creating that social proof, and people are more likely to take you serious, click your link, and then when they see you again, that retarget, that's when they're going to purchase. Now, another way to create that social proof is through influencers, and it creates that. This is actually by far my favorite way to do it. If I were to give you advice, doesn't matter your product, and I know that I'm going to get people to message me saying, John, my product's this, I can't do it this way. No, you're wrong. Let me just tell you right there. It doesn't matter what your product is, you can do what I'm about to say. What I would do is set up my Facebook pixel properly on my sales funnel, and then I would have an influencer either on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I like Instagram as my favorite for social influencers. They're the cheapest. And I would have them shout me out on their Instagram page or on their Instagram story, and get maybe someone with 20,000 to 50,000 to 100,000 followers on Instagram. They would shout me out on their Instagram story, and then they would run the traffic to my sales page, and then that's creating that social proof. And then again, we tell Facebook we want to retarget the people who landed on our sales page, start getting sales from that, and the more sales and the more data we collect, the more we can create lookalike audiences, and the more we can retarget. Lookalike audiences and retargeting ad campaigns are going to be what makes you the most money, what is really going to be profitable from this point moving forward. Starting, especially if you aren't an absolute pro at Facebook advertising, then having cold traffic and just going off of audience insights and demographics and interest, it's going to be very, very, very difficult for you unless your profit margins are absolutely massive and you have an amazing offer. So this is it's a bulletproof way to make sure that you are going to be profitable and to really get that engagement up. Now, the best thing that I would do is run this at probably $5 or $10 a day, this engagement ad, and run multiple different videos, split test different videos to see what works the best. I always recommend split testing different things, but then as you get more and more sales, you can create lookalike audiences. You can split test between an audience size of 1 million to 2 million, or 2 million to 4 million, 4 million to 8 million. But the more sales, as you get more and more sales, the broader and broader you go, the better you're going to perform, and the more your Facebook pixel is really going to start crushing it. So I want to go over this strategy. This is exactly what we just used for Black Friday. Here's exactly what we did. We had our Facebook pixel on properly installed on our whole funnel, and then what we did is we had about 5 or 10 social influencer pages shout out our sales funnel and our products, which got us a total amount of page views. I think we got about 10,000 page views from it, and we used that as social proof to start sending people to retargeting ad campaigns. Immediately, we set like $1,000 a day budget on retargeting ad campaigns right after we spent a ton of money on getting shout outs from influencers. And we literally made all of our money, almost every single penny of our money, from retargeting. We didn't do a single tiny bit of cold audiences. So we set up engagement ads and went to social influencers, then made every single conversion from retargeting ad campaigns. And then what we're going to do now is use lookalike audiences and retargeting again to launch with this same pixel information to launch similar niche stores in the future. And they're going to do really well because we have that pixel information. So you can do the same thing with your product, but you need to have a sales funnel to do this. If you run people to a Shopify store and try to do this method, Shopify isn't going to work. And Shopify is a storefront. You can't expect to make money. You can't expect to run paid advertisements to a Shopify store and make money. It's not going to work. So you need to run paid advertisements to a sales funnel and then have a little bit of a profit margin. But once you acquire that customer, you can then, for future sales, send them to Shopify stores, get them on a recurring payment plan, send them to Amazon once you own that customer. But to acquire a customer, to start to own a customer, you must send them to a sales funnel and get their email address, get their customer information, get the sale in a sales funnel before you start trying to send them to a Shopify store. I'm just really excited about this because it worked really well for us. So I hope that this all makes sense to you guys and that you will start doing this because it will work for you. Start doing this. Make sure you're using sales funnels. Make sure you're using ClickFunnels. If you're not, I don't really know what you're doing, but you need to start using sales funnels. So, I think that's pretty much it for this video. Like I said, I know that this is super spontaneous, guys. But like I said, it's absolutely crushing it for us. So I want to end this here. If you guys, anyone watching right now has any questions, I don't think so. But yeah, I recommend just do this. Do it. You'll get sales. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.